Alright, guys, happy Monday, everybody, as it is coming up here on 4 o'clock, and actually it's 4:02, and I wanted to do another drive home forecast for you guys. And first off, let me just say, I hope that you are having a wonderful Monday, and it looks like it is going to be a wet drive home for some out there across central, northern, and southern Alabama. So we will start here in central Alabama. As you can see, Birmingham is checking in at 79 degrees with thunderstorms around the area and across the northern portions of Tuscaloosa. There are a couple of showers and thunderstorms up here along the 43 corridor and along the 69 corridor up here on the northern end of Lake Tuscaloosa, up here towards the Skeleton Bend Estates. So that's the area of concern right now. Also, just south of the Samantha area and just off to the southeast of Wyndham Springs, Alabama. Now we go over here into Birmingham, and as you can see, for the northern portions of the Birmingham metro, for Brookside to Gardendale to Center Point over to Trussville, nothing is going on, and nothing looks like it is going to impact you. However, from Malfunction Junction south towards the Bessemer, Vestavia Hills, Homewood, or Hoover areas, that is going to be your problematic drive home, and especially if you were over here in the areas of Chelsea, Westover, Cahaba Heights, Liberty Park, and Indian Springs Village. Just note that these showers and thunderstorms are moving off towards the southeast, and they are moving at a pretty rapid clip there, but nonetheless, they are putting out a lot of heavy rain, and I can actually show you that some of these storms are putting out around about a half an inch per hour. So these storms are definitely packing quite a punch with heavy rainfall. .24 inches an hour is what's coming down right now over Sylvan Springs, and this is moving towards the Pleasant Grove area, Fairfield, and then eventually getting over here towards the Vestavia Hills. Now, it does look like that these showers and storms will stay a little bit north of Calera, and it looks like that it will stay north of Pelham and Alabaster. But once again, if you are traveling along Highway 280 from Birmingham over towards the Childersburg, Harpersville area, just note that these showers and thunderstorms are paralleling Highway 280 right now in the Birmingham metro. Now, a little bit further off to the east, down here towards the Talladega area. Let me flip on the Birmingham radar, and as you can see, there's a couple of showers and thunderstorms over here towards the Talladega Speedway, and then of course down here towards the city of Talladega over towards the River Trace Estates area. These storms are moving towards the 77 corridor and the 21 corridor. Now this, of course, this batch down here that is west of Talladega will stay south of the interstate. However, just note that if you're traveling between Oxford and Birmingham and Pell City on the Interstate 20, just note that there is heavy rain, moderate to light rain falling over here towards Lincoln and Riverside and Pell City. And then also, as you get over here between Oxford and the Georgia state line towards Heflin, just note that there's going to be a pretty problematic drive home, and especially if you are over here in far east Alabama towards the Talladega National Forest, and this is going to be well east of Anniston and Oxford. So that's what's going on in central Alabama. Now let's go a little bit further off to the north and talk about our friends up here in the Tennessee Valley. And as you can see, there is a band of showers that is basically from just south of Florence that stretches all the way down here to north of Coleman and then over here to Albertville and Boaz. So it's going to be a wet drive home, basically along a line from Florence, Alabama, all the way down to Albertville and Boaz. And then, of course, over here in far northeast Alabama, you've got a pocket of heavy rain towards Cedar Bluff and the Century, Alabama area up here in far northeast Alabama. Now let's go over here to Fort Payne, and not much is going on other than this one little shower over here towards the Lavinia, Alabama area. But other than that, up here towards the Scottsboro area, nothing is really going on up in that neck of the woods. And Huntsville is checking in at 80 degrees right now, and it is dry in the Huntsville metro area. And once again, you can see that there are your storms in the Birmingham metro. I'll cut back on the Birmingham radar site for you, which is at the Shelby County Airport in Calera. And there is your line of showers and thunderstorms that are sitting basically between the Hueytown area and over to Vestavia Hills. And then, of course, you've got this other batch that's over here from Sylvan Springs all the way over to the Homewood, Alabama area. Now let's go a little bit further off to our south and check on the Montgomery metro area. Montgomery is checking in right now at this hour at 82 degrees. And the good news is all is dry on the radar in and around the Montgomery metro area. And I've got the Montgomery radar turned on, and there's absolutely nothing going on right now in the city of Montgomery weather-wise, so that's good. Now, if you're traveling over here west on Highway 80, there are a couple of showers down here in far southern Wilcox County, and those are heading towards the Fort Deposit area. So if you're traveling home out of Montgomery down the 21 corridor, just know that there could be a couple of showers to deal with on your drive home. Now let's go up a little bit further off to the north and check on our friends near Auburn and Opelika. And there's one small shower that's sitting in between Opelika and the Georgia state line, but it is fixing to pass into Georgia here pretty soon. So now let's go a little bit further off to the south and take a look at our friends down here in the far southeastern portions of Alabama near the Dothan metro, and everything in Dothan right now is pretty much dry. However, there is a batch of rain, moderate to light rain, that is sitting here between Elba, Opp, and Enterprise, Alabama. And so this is going to be impacting your drive home down here across the far southeastern portions of Alabama, over here towards the Enterprise and Daleville area. And this batch of rain is moving towards the Dothan metro area, but it does look like it will reach Dothan probably about 5:30 after the drive home for you guys. Also, the rain is ending right now if you were in Opp. So if you're in Opp traveling east, it is going to be a wet drive home for you. If you were in Opp heading towards Andalusia or down towards Florala, it is going to be a dry drive home for you. Also, let's check in over here, and there's also some other storms over here into Monroe and Wilcox counties, and this is east of Grove Hill and north of Monroeville right now. So if you're traveling home near Vredenburg or Beatrice, just note that there could be a couple of showers and thunderstorms to impact your drive home. And one more stop for our friends down here in the Mobile and Baldwin County areas. There are more storms that are coming into Mobile out of Mississippi, and that looks like a gully washer that is basically going to impact the city of Mobile here pretty soon. and I would not be surprised to see Mobile issue a flash flood warning with just how nasty this batch of storms looks over here in Mississippi. And it does look like it is trying to move towards the Mobile area. There's also some showers that are along Mobile Bay over here southwest of Fairhope, about to move onshore over here towards the Fairhope and Daphne area. So just note, if you're traveling along 98 going home, or if you're traveling anywhere in the Mobile area, just note that it could be a treacherous drive home within the next 30 to 45 minutes, because this batch of storms over in Mississippi is moving your way. However, I do have the warnings on, and there's no active warning for Mississippi, which is a good thing. But once again, that is putting out intense amount of rain, and especially if you are right here along the 98 corridor or along the state line between Mobile and Alabama and Mississippi. And there could also be quite a bit of wind energy with this storm, but I see no signs of rotation, which is a good thing. But it is going to be a potential torrential rain maker. So that is the situation that we have ongoing right now. So that is a radar tour for you guys for the state of Alabama. And I would like to switch now to a camera view, and let's take a look at a couple of places that your traffic Now, once again, this is the Hugh Thomas Bridge right now, going from Tuscaloosa into Northport and Northport into Tuscaloosa. Now, earlier, about an hour ago, there was a very bad wreck that was on the bridge here. However, that has been removed, so traffic is flowing rather smoothly over the Hugh Thomas Bridge right now in Northport. Let's also take a look at Northport over here, where the Northport Market is, where Highway 82 intersects Highway 69, and you can see traffic is really thick there, but it is moving. If you go up towards the top of the hill, you're heading down 82 towards Mississippi, and if you're traveling the other way, you're going into the city of Northport. So that is right there at McFarland and Highway 82 over there in Northport. And so that is the situation that's ongoing right now in Tuscaloosa. And one more stop. Let's go a little bit down here at the Bear Creek Cutoff Road and 69. And let's see what this looks like down here. And their traffic is really starting to get thick down towards the Shelton State area. But that's nothing new, because we always know that every single afternoon traffic gets really hairy down in that area. Now, let's take a look at our friends up there in downtown Birmingham, because as you will remember, there was a thunderstorm, a bunch of complexes of thunderstorms, and here is what the situation looks like at the Hoover area at I-65 and US 31. Once again, this is I-65 and US 31, right where the storms are located right now. Let me refresh. Hold on. Okay, this is at I-65 and Lakeshore Drive. And as you can see, torrential rain is falling right now, and traffic is really backed up at I-65 and Lakeshore Drive because there is a wreck down a little bit further off to the south there in Jefferson County towards the Hoover area. So, guys, just make sure that you take it extra easy if you are traveling home along the I-65 corridor in Birmingham. Here is another look at the I-65 and US 31 area. If I can actually get it to pull up. Okay. And this is I-65 at US 31, and it is still raining at that area, and the roads are really, really wet in that area. And once again, I do want to also go into downtown Birmingham and see how things are looking at the Malfunction Junction right now. And everything is smooth going right now in the city of Birmingham. However, you can see a little bit off in the distance there, it is raining in downtown Birmingham. Over to your left would be downtown Birmingham. Over to your right would be the old Legion Field area. So just note that it is raining pretty heavily right now in the Birmingham metro, so please take it extra easy if you are driving anywhere in Jefferson or Shelby County on the roads right now. And I'm going to zoom out and go down here into the city of Mobile. And this is at I-10 exit 26B. Traffic is really slow going into the city of Mobile and traveling off to the south. So just note that it could be a pretty wet drive home for you guys down here and a slow drive for you down here along the I-10 corridor. And one more stop here is the Causeway Bridge going into and out of Mobile. You can see the ominous skies towards the west, looking at that storm over there in Mississippi, moving towards the area. The traffic flowing towards the west is going into Mobile. The traffic coming at you is going towards Loxley and Pensacola. So once again, guys, take it extra easy out there if you are traveling on the roads this afternoon and this evening, because there could be a lot of heavy rain to deal with. And especially, I'll put this back on, and as you can see, there is the storms that are coming right now into the Mobile metro, and it's only going to make matters worse with the traffic as that nasty storm heads towards the Mobile area, and it is moving at a snail's pace, but once it gets over you, it is going to drop a ton of rain. Guys, I hope that you have a great rest of your afternoon, evening, day tomorrow, and I will be right back here on social media doing for you another drive home forecast this time tomorrow. Have a great day, and as always, God bless. For you guys in Alabama, I'm signing off. For the people in Mississippi, I'm about to give you guys an update on your drive home right now. All right, guys, it is coming up on 4:25 here on a Monday, and I want to thank you for tuning in to another drive home forecast for you guys in Mississippi. And as you can see, temperatures are pretty much in the 70s and 80s across a good portion of the state of Mississippi. And we will start up here in the northern portions of Mississippi and work our way to the south. Obviously, up here towards the Memphis metro area, all is calm right now, other than one lone shower over here along the 72 corridor north of the city of Holly Springs. Also, there are a couple of showers near the Holly Springs, Mississippi area along the 22 corridor, which connects the Memphis metro area with Tupelo, Mississippi. So that is the situation near the Memphis metro area. If you're traveling out of Memphis going down to South Haven or Olive Branch or Hernando, just note that there's going to be a dry drive home for you today, which is going to be perfect for your drive home. And as you can see, Memphis is checking in right now at 84 degrees. Now let's go a little bit further off to the south and look on our friends down here towards the Tupelo and the Pontotoc, Mississippi area. And just note that there is a shower and thunderstorm that is sitting over the Pontotoc, Mississippi area right now. So if you are traveling west out of Tupelo along the 278 corridor, just note that there is a shower, and this thunderstorm and shower could impact your drive home if you were over here towards the Tupelo, Mississippi area, the Verona, Mississippi area, or the Saltillo, Mississippi area, because this is moving towards the Tupelo, Mississippi area right now. Now let's go a little bit further off to the south and check on our friends down here along the Highway 82 corridor. And there is nothing on the radar right now between Eupora, Starkville, or Columbus. All is dry. Starkville is checking in at 72 degrees right now, and Columbus is checking in at 82. So nothing is going on between Winona, Eupora, Starkville, or Columbus. Or there's nothing going on 45 between Columbus and West Point, or going south towards Columbus and Macon, Mississippi. So nothing is going on right now near Kosciuszko or Louisville, Mississippi, and all is dry down there near Philadelphia, Mississippi, in central Mississippi right now. Now let's head a little bit further off to the south and go into the Jackson metro area. And if you're traveling in the metro area, north, south, east, or west, you're going to be a dry drive home for you guys, which is really good news because Jackson does often flood when storms pop up. But for right now, it is currently 86 degrees in the Jackson, Mississippi area, and all is dry around the area of Jackson. Also is dry near Vicksburg, so your drive home over in the Vicksburg area or along the Delta of Mississippi is going to be absolutely perfect. Now, let's go a little bit further off to the south. And unfortunately, if you are in the Pine Belt along the 49 corridor or along the 84 corridor in between Monticello and Mount Olive, Mississippi, there is a band of showers and thunderstorms that are moving towards your area, and especially if you are near McGee, Mount Olive, Taylorsville, or Mize, Mississippi. Now, it does look like this will stay a little bit north of the city of Hattiesburg, and it will stay well with Laurel and Ellisville, Mississippi. However, there is a batch of light rain that is over here towards Summerall that could impact your drive home if you're in Hattiesburg traveling north towards Ellisville, but this is very light to moderate rain, nothing to really worry about, but just note that the roads could be a little bit impacted and wet from this batch of rain that is about to move towards the northern portions of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. But now, if you're from Hattiesburg and traveling down to the coast of Mississippi, that is a different ideal. That's a different situation. If you are traveling from Hattiesburg down to Purvis, Lumberton, or Poplarsville, just note that there is light to moderate rain that is falling right now, and it's going to be a wet drive home for you. Also, if you are in Hattiesburg and traveling down to Wiggins, Mississippi on 49, there's going to be a wet drive home for you. And if you're in Hattiesburg traveling along the 98 corridor as closer to the Mobile area, there is a heavy thunderstorm down here north of Pascagoula that is heading towards the Mobile metro area. And for us down here along the immediate coast, all is dry for St. Louis, Gulfport, and Biloxi. However, if you are over here in Pascagoula or Moss Point, Mississippi, traveling north along the 63 corridor or along the I-10 corridor in between Ocean Springs and the state line of Alabama, just note that there is a nasty, nasty thunderstorm that is across Greene County, Mississippi, about to move into Mobile County, and this storm is putting out copious amounts of very heavy rain. So if you are traveling along the 63 corridor or the 613 corridor in Greene County, Mississippi, just note that it is going to be a rather treacherous and wet drive home for you this evening. And also, let's check on our friends over here in southwest Mississippi. And just note that if you're traveling along the I-55 corridor in between Brookhaven and Macomb, there is a batch of rain and thunderstorms that are headed your way between the Natchez, Mississippi area and the Brookhaven area. So just note that it's going to be a wet drive home for you near Macomb, Mississippi, stretching up to Brookhaven, Mississippi. So that is the situation that we have ongoing right now. The heaviest storm, like I said, is north of the city of Pascagoula. But the good news is I do not see any signs of a tornado, and I do not see any signs of rotation with this storm. So it's just going to be a lot of heavy rain, and it is also going to be a lot of treacherous driving with maybe some winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour. So once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your afternoon and evening. Please drive safe. If you're traveling home around the state of Mississippi right now, I will do another drive home forecast for you guys right back here on social media for my friends in Mississippi tomorrow afternoon around 4:20, and I will keep an eye on the storm down here in far south Mississippi. Have a great evening, and as always, God bless.